Have you ever heard of the man so influential that European scholars simply called him the commentator? This is the story of Ibn Rushd, or as the West knows him, Averroes, a giant of intellectual history whose ideas shaped civilizations. Born in Arlio in Cordoba, during the golden age of Muslim Spain, Ibn Rushd was a true polymath. He wasn't just a philosopher. He was a top-tier physician, a respected judge in the Maliki school of law, and a brilliant theologian. He came from a prestigious family of scholars and judges, so from a young age, he was immersed in a world of deep learning, studying everything from the Quran and law to medicine and philosophy. He lived through a dynamic era, as power shifted from the Almoravids to the Almohads, a time of both intense intellectual debate and political change. Ibn Rushd's career was remarkable. He served as a judge and a personal physician to Almohad rulers, holding high-ranking positions in cities like Seville and Cordoba. His expertise was sought after by sultans, which gave him the platform to produce an incredible body of work. So, what did he write about? His most famous works are his commentaries on Aristotle. He wrote short, middle, and long commentaries on nearly all of Aristotle's texts. His goal was to strip away centuries of misinterpretation and present Aristotle's pure, authentic philosophy to the Islamic world. Think of him as the ultimate restorer of classic thought, clarifying complex ideas in logic, metaphysics, and ethics for his contemporaries. But perhaps his most fiery and famous work is The Incoherence of the Incoherence. This was his direct response to the influential scholar Al-Ghazali, who had written a book called The Incoherence of the Philosophers, attacking the use of Greek-style philosophy. Ibn Rushd's reply was a powerful defense of reason. He argued that philosophy and religion are not enemies. They are two paths to the same truth. He believed that when scripture seems to contradict a proven, logical fact, it simply means the scripture should be interpreted metaphorically, not literally. This was a bold and sophisticated idea. He also wrote extensively on medicine. His medical encyclopedia, known in Latin as the Collegiate, was a standard textbook in European universities for centuries, bridging Greek, Islamic, and European medical knowledge. And as a judge, his legal writings were practical, insightful, and influenced Islamic law in North Africa and Spain. At the core of Ibn Rushd's philosophy was the harmony of faith and reason. He championed what he called demonstrative proof, using logic and rational argument to arrive at the highest form of certainty. For him, the philosopher had a crucial role in society, helping to guide rulers and advance knowledge for the good of the community. He wasn't just an abstract thinker. He was deeply engaged with the real world. But this bold stance didn't come without a cost. His defense of philosophy made some religious authorities suspicious. He found himself in intellectual battles and even faced political backlash. Towards the end of his life, he fell from favor, with some accounts mentioning a temporary exile or dismissal from his post. The very ideas that made him famous also made him a target. Interestingly, while his influence in parts of the Islamic world became more contested over time, his legacy exploded in Europe. Starting in the 12th and 13th centuries, his works were translated into Latin, often through Hebrew. European universities in Paris and Toledo were buzzing with his ideas. This movement, known as Latin Averroism, sparked intense debate and profoundly shaped medieval Christian philosophy. Even a figure like Thomas Aquinas, while critical, engaged deeply with Ibn Rushd's arguments. In Europe, he was seen as the master key to unlocking Aristotle. Today, Ibn Rushd is celebrated as a towering figure who built bridges between faith, reason, science, and law. He showed that these different fields of knowledge could not only coexist but enrich one another. He remains a powerful symbol of intellectual courage and a testament to the universal quest for truth. So the next time you hear about the Renaissance or the history of philosophy, remember the brilliant mind from Cordoba, Averroes, the commentator, whose ideas traveled across continents and centuries, forever changing the way we think. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories about the thinkers who shaped our world.